All right. The best word to start it off with, all right. No, this is a good old. This is the first solo episode of Sorry I Spaced Out. If you're tuning into this, I really appreciate you. And if you want to bear through whatever the hell this is going to be, I would also really appreciate it. But you know what? I think it'll be fun. I'm going to try to have a good time. I've done a couple of these before that I've never even seen the surface of any public eye. I hope that they never do. It was back in the early days of the podcast. I was just trying to get good at talking on camera and being used to that. So I was on a project out in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and I would just sit there for about 30 minutes a day and yeah, just talk about what's going on. And you know what? I will say I think it kind of helped because I did notice that it just became easier to talk on the mics and all that good stuff. But welcome back. I know it's been a while. I don't know when we last dropped. I know I've been putting them out on YouTube, but I can gladly say that Truman has had his child, so he is a father now. Let's clap it up for Truman. I'll give a quick little pause there for you to clap it up. Just kidding. That would be stupid. But I hope you really clapped it up for my dog. We're really proud of him. Let's give a big shout out, really, to his lovely fiance because she is the one who actually gave birth to that child. And that was probably a much harder task than what my dog went through. Now, he is up to a very hard task currently, no doubt. But yes, Mr. the Roadster, he's in here. He's in this world now. So he's got his little plate full, Mr. Truman, he does. Hating a lot of the things that I'm going through right now. Like Mr. Truman didn't like that. Um didn't like that at all. I've never called him that. Never will again. But no, Rhodes is here. He's a beast. Met him a couple times. I don't know how old he is now, but needless to say, Jermaine's gonna be wrapped up for a little bit. We've been talking every week, trying to be like, hey, let's record, And it's just not gonna happen because now I'm on a project out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. So time difference, very bad. It's killing me. You sit there and you're like, oh, just got off work, 6 o'clock, great times going on, and then you try to reach out to one of your buddies or your fiance that's in the central time zone. Yeah, it's gonna be 8 o'clock their time. They are doing completely different things. You think there's no way 2 hours makes that big of a difference. Think about your day. What are you doing 2 hours from now? Is it gonna be that much different from what you're doing right now? Probably not. But you know what? When you're in that evening time zone or time frame from like 6 to bed, I mean, you're talking about every 30 minutes is changing. Like today, I get off of work. Boom. I drive to Crunch, 16 minutes away. Now I'm at Crunch. Work out at Crunch for like 45 minutes. Boom. At Crunch. Then where am I? I'm driving to the city of Angels, Los Angeles to pick up what? Probably going to cut this, but I'm going to pick up some freaking. Because you want to know why? Because good God, those so cheap in this lovely city. Because this is where it all started. They're the home of it. I mean, they were the first ones to be like, hey, what if we just didn't make this illegal? And everyone was like, I think that would be kind of tight. So they've already been through all the phases. Like you go to Missouri, you know what you're paying in Missouri? You don't want to know what you're paying in Missouri because it's sickening. It'll make you want to vomit. It's worse than if you just bought it from the guy that you know or girl. You know what? That could happen. Went ahead and snagged two for the low price of $58, which someone might be like, that's garbage. But there's no way you're saying that's garbage. Dude walks over to the racks, and I'm just like, I'll walk in. I'm like, hey, buddy, you know what I need? I just need to buy two. Who knows? You know what? And because I've had this happen to me before when I was working in Sacramento, you roll in there having a sale. I got $4. You think that should be illegal? It should not be able to happen. So I roll in here, you get to the bottom shelf. All right, this one right here is gonna start at $15. $15, dude? You're lying to me. That should not even be a real price. That should not even be a real price for that. You know what I mean? But it is. It is a real price. But yeah, did that. So I mean, and then after I leave there, I'm back at the hotel. At the hotel for just a few minutes. Then I'm going to get dinner at Azul Tequila. So let's talk about the time frame we just worked with. 6 o'clock getting off work. By 6:15, 6:20, I'm at Crunch. Then by 7 o'clock, I'm back in the car headed to City of Angels. Then I'm in City of Angels getting cartisanals. I mean, locations changing within the hour. You know what I mean? So totally different things going on. I'm getting off work. Carly's getting dinner. You know, you're trying to call people. I just want to talk to someone. I've been at work all day talking about work stuff. You think I want to talk about work stuff? Nah, I don't. Who wants to get off of work and then continue to talk about work? Because then you're just working, technically. You know what I mean? If you're giving work time outside of work, isn't that still work? You know what I mean? And I mean when you're living on an hour to hour basis, I mean we're billing by the hour. This is not a salary type environment. You know what? Who wants the salary? Who wants it? Who wants a salary? Everyone. Everyone wants a salary. I don't know if there's one person out there that's like, you know what? I would prefer my money to be up in the air. But you know what? It's not really like that when it's hourly, but don't catch me on some sales. I don't have what it takes to be into sales. I wish I did. I think it's very we had this me and my buddy Mathis, we have this fun character we like to joke about, guy being addicted to selling. I think that's hilarious. Best bit that we've got out of that is he goes into the car dealership to get a car, ends up selling a car to the car salesman. That's how good this guy is, you know? We're getting into like getting involved with pyramid schemes just for the fun of it and then being good at it because he's addicted to selling. So I don't know where I'm really going with that. I'm definitely all over the place, but needless to say, time zone is killing me. 2 hour difference. I just want to talk to my dogs. I'm at dinner at 8 o'clock, and all I want to do is just call my dog Jermaine and be like, "Hey, man, what's up?" Like we don't have to record, but it is nice to talk to him. You know, that's the whole reason we have this thing because we just like to talk to each other. So if you're gonna talk, you might as well just record it. But we are 7 minutes in, and I don't think we've gotten anywhere. But let's see if we can get onto something. Let's see if we can talk about something. Let's talk about this. I got here Monday and I went to the special taping for a comedian I like named Strider Wilson, absolute legend. Dude, I did not know, or I did know, so it was kind of like a convenient thing. I got on this project out here in the City of Angels. I'll stop saying that at some point, but it is fun to just say City of Angels, almost like in an ironic way, but also serious. This is the City of Angels. Um, but No, I saw that his special taping was gonna be April 1st. We got 2 shows going on. I checked the schedule. I'm gonna be here. You know what? So went ahead, snagged a ticket, went there last night. It was amazing. But I'm leaving the show after having a sensational time. Got front row. I was the only guy in the front for a very long time, which was not fun, honestly, because I thought it was either maybe people thought I was weird, you know, guy solo at a comedy show, not what you want to see. But once again, I say it all the time, you've got to give me a break. I am out here on the road, just trying to have a good time, just trying to be myself, you know, and you can't let going somewhere alone hold you back from having a good time. That's what I've learned because, you know, you sit there and you'll get real anxious about it and you're like, I don't really want to do that. But then you go and you do it and you're like, that was awesome. Like I went and did the what is it in Washington D.C. the mall? Did that by myself. Had a blast. You know, walked around. I even took some selfies of myself. Does that even sound like something I would do? No, but you know what? You got to do it because then later on, when you're like, man, I really wish I had a picture of me at the mall. I've got him. I've got me next to the Washington Monument. I've got me next to Abe Lincoln. I mean, these are things that I had to capture. And it was a good time. It was fun, you know? Popped in an AirPod, probably listened to some sick tunes. I mean, there is something to be said about doing things alone. Is it better to do it with people? Totally. Because then you get to talk about it. But then when you're doing it alone, don't you hate when you're somewhere and you're super stoked about it and you're like, this is going to be so much fun. I've been looking forward to this. I've got this just, I've been picturing it in my head all week, how cool it's going to be. And then you have someone along in the crew that you're with, and they're just not having a good time. So it kind of lowers your level. But you start thinking, is this even cool then? Am I stupid for liking this? You know? But when you're alone, you can just have whatever opinion you want, and no one cares. You know? You just sit here, this is cool. All right. I like the fact that I'm sitting here looking at, I don't even know, what is Abe Lincoln made out of? Marble? You know what I mean? I don't even know what he's made out of, but It was fun. Did that, went to the Golden Gate Bridge by myself. Another thing that I had to overcome. I was very anxious about it. Then I went and had dinner in San Francisco by myself. Took me an hour to find parking. Was that fun? It was not. Very stressful. There's all these houses there, and they're so close together, and there's garages every 2 feet. So there's like maybe like 6 feet to park, and there's always a car there, so you're not going to get there. And then there'll be like this, there's like a few spots where you're like, oh, could I make that? But then you get there and there's a sign that's like, don't block my driveway, asshole. And you're like, yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Because then say this guy needs to go grab some groceries and he wants to get out of his tiny little garage in San Francisco. He's having a good day. Boom, he walks out my freaking Nissan rentals out here. He can't get out. He's having a bad day. Maybe he gets mad, hits my car, does something to it. I don't know. I don't have a good rental coverage. Just kidding, I do. So that really doesn't affect me. But what I'm saying is, it's fun to go out there by yourself. You can't let it get to you. You know, dinner by yourself sounds like the worst thing ever. But then you go and do it. You're like, this is kind of nice. You know, I even I would do some psychotic stuff when I was at dinner. I've been throwing in earbuds, watching stuff that's funny, which is causing me to laugh. So now and then the thing is, I'm only wearing one. So if you're looking at me on the non earbud side, you're just watching me kind of like staring out in the distance because I'm not watching a video. Maybe it's not a video, maybe it's just a podcast. And then I'm just cracking up. Just, you know what I mean? And they don't think I'm listening to anything. They're like, what's this guy doing? Just laughing. There's nothing funny. He's got tacos and a marg in front of him. Is there anything funny about his tacos and marg? Who knows? I don't know. But went to dinner again tonight by myself. Was it fun? Could have been better. I was really hoping the guys that I'm finally on a project with people, and no one came to dinner. But you know what? That's okay. That's fine. I think I definitely lost train of thought. I do want to get to one story after leaving the show because it was fun. I did say that. It was fun. Oh, I know where I was at. I was talking about being in the front row and how it was fun to go to the comedy show solo, be in the front row, had a good time. Strider was great. Chad opened, Chad Kroger, Chad and JT going deep. It was sick. And so before the taping, it's like 5 minutes before show start. I'm still the only guy in the front row. And they come over and they're like, hey, we'd love to start here in about 5 minutes, but y'all got to fill these front rows. My people, you come to this show. You bought tickets to this show. Why are you scared of the front of the comedy show? It's like the front of the classroom. Why do people treat it like that? It's not scary. Here's the thing. I think people are scared to be talked to, but it's not a bad thing. I've sat front row now, let's say, I think 3 comedy shows. Well, now 4. And of those 4, 3 of those I have been talked to from being in the front row. And you know what? Is it stressful? Maybe. But you know what? It's fun. I had a good time. The most recent one, I was in Arkansas, and comedian from the Nateland podcast, Aaron Weber. I don't know why I had to say it's from Nateland podcast. We're not promoting other cast out here. Don't go listen to that. Just kidding. But no, he was coming to town, so bought tickets for the entire family to go see him. We walk in, I kind of learned the way now. It's like show up about maybe an hour, 45 minutes early. Probably going to get, front of the line because most people are like, well, I'm not going to wait in line for this. So we get there. We're the first big table. There's 2 big tables on the front. They sit us on the front. I'm the front chair right by the stage. Super stoked. Having a little back and forth with the opening comedians. So much fun. He's talking about, asked me, he did a bit on dogs, asked me about my dogs, and, just kind of getting into how mainly, I think just kind of maybe just calling out white people about how much we love our dogs. That's fine. I do love my dogs. They're the homies. But no, that was great. Then the main guy comes out, Aaron, and we've done it back and forth a couple times, and just got my new drink placed on the table. My mom's right across the table from me. She's drinking vodka soda. I'm drinking vodka tonic. She takes a drink of her drink, thinks it's vodka tonic. Me, a connoisseur of the vodka tonics, knows the difference between tonic and soda. So I take a sip. I'm like, no, ma'am, this is your soda. Hand it back to her. On the way back, knock over my own cup onto me. Luckily, not the one with the fresh liquid, thank God, but it did have ice in it. And while I was doing that, the comedian's trying to talk to me. So you know what? Is that embarrassing? It kind of is. But you know what? You take it on the chin. It's funny. It enhances the show. Everyone gets a good laugh. You're a part of it. And you know what? It's a great time. And was I a little bummed that I didn't get talked to at this one show where I was pretty stoked to see these guys? And I was like the first guy in the front row representing, and everyone else had to be called up like a freaking child to the front. You know what I mean? But no, it's fun. It's great. And then free beer at the show. That was nice. But now I know why they did free beer, because basically once you sat down, the show started. It was a special taping, so of course they don't want you getting up. But dude, totally makes sense, because why would, well, first off, just say you can get up and grab another drink and get beer. Dude, you're gonna be pissing. You're gonna be up pissing the entire show, which is gonna be annoying. Then you can't use any of the footage. Hoping I make the cut. That's all I want. If I didn't get talked to, I would at least like to see my lovely face in the special. That would be nice. So maybe I'll oh, Jesus. Hold on. Let me reconnect. You know what? This is kind of sad because, oh no, hold on. It was just my headphones. That's even better. Even better, dude. I was having a tiffy. I guess I'll get into that here in a second, but no. Hopefully I make the cut of the special. That would be so sick. But no, shout out Strider, shout out Chad. Great sets. It was awesome. It was really fun because at the end we got to kind of see a little behind the scenes, you know. Got to do I think they called a pickup shots. So, you know, we did the intro again. He walked out, we clapped it up like it was the intro. You know, he kind of redid like maybe a few punchlines here and there. It was tight. And then we had to do this thing called, what was it? I think they called it like room tone. And we just had to be silent for 2 minutes. And that was kind of like fun. It was just kind of fun to sit there in the moment of silence with everyone, you know? But no, it was cool. It was in this brewery called Paperback Brewery, which was like an old World War II hangar, apparently. So that was pretty cool. Pretty sick. And it was really cool because it was kind of small. So it was a very, you know, I think maybe front row was 8 seats across, and then maybe all the way back, maybe 12 to 15 rows of seats, I think. So, you know, super like tight group, but laughs carried well. It was great. Great sets all around. And then I'm leaving. Okay. And you know, I'm just a good old boy from Arkansas. Not really getting out in these cities much, so I'm, you know, a little on edge, keeping my head on a swivel. You never know who's gonna jump out at you in the city of angels. So I'm going to my car, which is very, very short distance away, and I get to the street that I assume my car is on. And there's a couple, like the streets like kind of look the same, like it's like a very symmetrical street, I guess would be a good thing to say. So like the front and the back end look very similar. And I'm like, dude, I can't find my car. Car's not here. So I press the lock and I hear it. I'm like, okay, must be on the other block over. Must be one block over. So I'm kind of like, all right, I gotta walk fast. Gotta, you know, move, head on a swivel, move quick. It's like 11:30. You know, I don't know what's gonna go on. I just don't want to get. I don't want to get robbed on the road. That'd be the worst story to come back here with. Is, hey, I got robbed. But get over to the other block. I don't recognize this block at all. So now I'm really starting to stress. I'm like, my car's gone. It's nowhere to be found. I came to this comedy show, had a good time, and someone stole my car, or I got towed because I parked somewhere illegally because I don't know how to park in LA. So I go back over to the block. Oh my God, I heard it lock. Like, I'm not crazy. Oh, geez, sorry. Excuse me. That was embarrassing. Just had tacos. I always eat before I do these. Don't know why I do that, but it's just a mandatory thing. But I go back over to the block that I didn't think or thought my car was either gone or wasn't on. Pressing the lock again. I think I hear it, and I'm like, okay, I think I heard a lock. And it's close. I know it's close. Dude, it was just on the other end of the street. I just thought that I was on the wrong end. So found my car, needless to say, but had like a mini heart attack. Got back home, had a good night, you know, slept well. I guess don't even need to get into that. But hold on, let me grab a drink. I've been talking for a long ass time now. Without Truman, this is actually a whole lot harder because I don't have him to cut in here to give me a break. All right. But no, I'm excited about being out here because there is just so much to do. Like, I was just looking up comedy locations because I was thinking, okay, I'm in Los Angeles. There's just comedy shows going on all the time. So there's the Comedy Store. So I might be going there while I'm here, which will be so fun. I just found out that they have these headliner shows that start at 11 p.m. I know that's kind of late, but it's $5 GA ticket. Why would I not be going to that? You know what I mean? And it would be fun to kind of report back, like, hey, had a, did this, and it's just like, why not do it? You know what I mean? When you're out here in fun areas, because a lot of these times you're in just, last time in Cumming, Georgia, I had a great time. I had fun. Went to the Asian bookstore. Went to Crunch a lot. Had all my restaurants. My Real Tacos guy. Shout out Javier. You're a beast. But no, I mean, I'm out here in LA. Got a friend out here that I might see. If she wants to grab some dinner, childhood friend, that'd be kind of sick. But we'll see. I don't know, man. I'm just excited. I mean, just got really pumped up. I don't know. I just think about me. If you would have told me, like, hey, you're going to be doing all these things alone because you're on the road, like, years ago, I'm like, no shot, dude. I'm just too anxious for all that. There's no chance I'm going to go do something alone. Because, I mean, like last night, I'm sitting here front row, the only guy for minutes, just sitting there chilling. And because I'm the first one there, I mean, I was the first one in the building. That makes me look like a psycho because I'm just like, all right, first one here, ready to see the boys. Like, freaking just an absolute freak. But no, front seat all the way in. And I'm sitting next to like the camera crew. They're probably like, this guy waiting on somebody? Like, hopefully somebody's coming, right? Nope, just me seeing the late 9 o'clock Strider Wilson show solo dolo. But no, it was great. That's all. That's finally the final words on that. It was awesome. Couldn't have been happier that I was able to be a part of it, and it was awesome. So, um, moving on now to something else. Let's talk about the fact that I've been going for 22 minutes, and I've been pretty mobile with the mic here. And you might notice from the side here, like the shape's still a little morphed, but I fixed the mic. I went in, got handy on it, took it apart, undid the dents, and even fixed my volume knob. And I think it sounds better than ever. I think it sounds great. Like, I don't think I'll be leaking as bad through the headphones anymore. So I really hope I'm not leaking through the headphones now. That would be terrible because I really don't want that. Because I kind of want this to sound good, hopefully. Should I be probably editing the stuff that we filmed for work? Totally. And funny story about that. So we did the stuff for work. Day one goes great. Got the, I don't know if we've talked about this, probably not, but I got a set of like lapel mics, or not lapel mics, but wireless mics that you can plug a lapel into, but you can also just clip it onto your chest. And I got, you got the main ones out there if you know anything about these mics. You got like Rode, DJI, stuff like that, which are a little expensive. But now we got Anker. Anker's making some mics. And fresh off the Anker wireless charger, I feel like Anker's a pretty trusted source. I don't know. Maybe they're not, but they seem like they make a pretty good thing. So watch a few reviews, check a few prices. They're on sale right now, about half price of these other things. So I grab them. And you know what? They sound great. I do some tests with them. Easy to use, real nice. Do I wish I could have connected it into the camera that we were using? That would have been great. But you know what? These cameras didn't have the right jack input. NBD. We go through day one. Perfect. Everything works. Awesome. Day two roll in. I'm like, you know what? I'm not really going to check anything. We're recording. I see, red lights on everything. We're doing it. I'm even manning the camera today. I'm tracking Chris as he's teaching the youths. And so we get done with day two, wrap it up. It was fun. I had a good time. And then I get back to my house and go to download the audio off of the transmitter. Yeah, it's not on there. It's just not going to be on there all of day two. All of day two, just not going to be on there because so there's two transmitters. I got day one on the transmitter number one. Makes sense, right? And then I got day two on transmitter number two. Also makes a lot of sense. And yeah, transmitter two just did not pick up any audio. It was like, you know what? We're just not going to pick this up. Why would we? You know what? You spent all this money on us specifically for this moment mainly. And yeah, we're just not going to work. So is that a diss on the Ankers? I don't know. Still love the mics. I think they're great. I want to know, like, if I could just go back in time and just look and watch me handle these mics that day. or just watch maybe Chris muted it while he's putting it on. I don't know. I really wish I did. But I put together some stuff from day one. Sounds great, which really makes me even more sad because it sounds sick. I'm like, well, this is awesome. It sounds amazing. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna have to hope and pray that the camera audio can be pushed through the Adobe and speech enhancer and sound even remotely good because we're supposed to cut it up for LinkedIn clips. So yeah, that was my day after what I thought was a great Monday Tuesday, and it ended that way. But you know what? It's fine. Things happen like that. Could be worse. I'm slouching. I know I'm not taking up a lot of this frame, but that's all right as well. You probably don't even want me that close. I mean, this is already gonna probably be hard enough to watch just without Jermaine because we already look like we're on Zoom calls. Or it's like a business meeting half the time, and now it's just me talking to a laptop. Unfortunately, I wish I could have brought a camera out here and sat in this lovely chair behind me, but that's just not how it works. I'm also in a hotel, so I really don't know how loud I'm talking. But I think with the headphone change and everything and the mic, I'm telling you, the mic sounds better. I don't know if it's just because like I took it apart and put it back together, but sounds better. I feel like the cord stays in. I mean, for a second I thought I knocked it out, but I knocked out the headphones. Let me make sure I'm still coming through. Yes, I'm still coming through the Yeti. Okay, awesome, awesome. Still coming through the Yeti, so that's awesome. That's great. We're coming in at 30 minutes. I don't know how long I want to go for. I know no one really wants to listen to me talk for that long. um, so I might just cut off here in a little bit because that might be nice. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I could talk about that's really topical. As far as anything. Oh, finally watched the Iron Claw. Maybe a little media corner action here. Finally watched the Iron Claw. It was sick. Made me want to get just jacked, same as the trailer did. I mean, these guys got insanely jacked for this movie. Were they on steroids? Who knows? Maybe not steroids, but I mean, it's got to be. I don't know. You don't want to just say that willy nilly, but I mean, the shape that Jeremy Allen White and Zac Efron got in for that film, insane. It's unreal. And I mean, it was great. It was sad, hits you in the heart. You're just like, surely this is not a true story. This just seems like this can't, all these bad things cannot happen to this one family. And lo and behold, it does. It does happen. But great movie. Really enjoyed it. Just because, like, I mean, I feel like I haven't seen a good movie in a while, like a good movie. I mean, definitely have. But I've just been doing like mostly rewatches, which are so much fun. Honestly, like Hulu for some reason, I feel like has all the good comedies right now. So I've been running through all of those. We watched Tommy Boy the other night. I fell asleep a little bit into it, but we had it on. I'm trying to think what else we watched. We've definitely been going through like the comedies, like rewatch She's the Man, which is one of my favorites. And then rewatched what else do we just rewatch? And we're some rewatch Kings and Queens over here. Who even knows, man? If it hits me, I'll talk about it. But watch still keep it up with my animes. We got Mashal back, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I can't stop saying it. You've got to check out Magic and Muscles if you just want a good laugh and just it's a great show. That's all I can say. And then we got Solo Leveling, which T Green has put me onto, but I mean it's pretty popular right now. Um, so good as well. Super fun one. It's like I don't even know. Like it's gonna sound dumb as I'm describing it to you, but I promise you, it is sick. So it starts out with this main character. You got Sung Jin Woo, and basically you can be a hunter in this world, and you go into what are called dungeons, and then there's like rankings of dungeons based on letter. So we got Sung Jin Woo, E rank hunter, not good. You don't want to be E rank. Apparently, it's the worst there is. And so, you get to see a little bit of Sung Jin fucking up on the hunts with just like some easy goblins. And you're like, all right, okay, what's going on? Like, main character, obviously not too hot at the beginning. Liking this, all not liking this, but it's like, all right, I'm ready for him to kind of like, when is this guy going to be a beast? And so basically, you get Sung Jin Woo. He kind of strolls in with his crew into a dungeon, and they like basically murk what they need to murk, and then end up in this other like secondary dungeon within the dungeon, maybe, where just intensity increases. People are dying left and right, and basically what happens is Sung Jin gets kind of like not sacrificed, I guess, but he's getting kind of beat up on, and everyone else is like, we're dipping out of here while Sung Jin's getting absolutely wrecked. So he dies, but as he dies, kind of, he gets what is called a second awakening. So he comes back, and he's still a hunter, but now he's got like, imagine if you wake up and your life is just like a video game, but no one else can see what's going on. It's like little menus are popping up, showing your strength, telling you little tasks to do. I mean, he's basically like GTA anime is what he's rolling, but it's not as GTA. He's like basically just becoming a beast. Like, so creative player. He's creative player right now is what Sung Jin is. And so he's just like going through all this other stuff. And basically every episode is me and my buddy T Green. We just like to say we just hit multiple let's fucking goes, because the whole time you're watching it, you just want to be like, let's fucking go. Like, just when you think you're like, that's the beauty of anime. Just when you think you're down and out, and there's ones like you got JJK, which it'll just be like, all right, they're not gonna die, dead. Okay, main character gone. We don't need them. Character that you thought was gonna be around forever, let's axe them. Everyone you love gone. But that's also part of the fun, because you get to experience emotion, and you're like, why am I experiencing emotion right now on a cartoon? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe I'm a nerd. Fuck you. I don't know. But yeah, check out Solo Leveling. Also sick. And what else am I doing? I don't know, trying to freaking just find anything that's entertaining. I'm back on the road, so we're probably gonna be cruising through some movies. Tried to watch Poor Things. Only can sum that up as just Emma Stone naked for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I don't know how long the movie is, but a lot of Emma Stone naked. Is that a bad thing? I mean, like, I'm not saying that like, oh my god, freaking get this off the screen, but it's like, I think, I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough to the story. It's probably a very like pertinent to the story. Is that a word? Is that what that word is? Pertinent? See how good I am. I like to do this a lot. Just randomly throw out a word and use it thinking that it's right. Okay. So let's go with this. Pertinent is, dude, let's go. Having to do with the matter being thought about or discussed. So yes, I actually nailed that. Get wrecked. But might be pertinent to the story. I might have not been paying attention. I kind of watched it at 3:30 in the morning while my dog was waking me up. That's another thing. We got Ozzo Man, like clockwork. Swear this man can tell time. 3:30 hits, he's waking me up. Okay, that's fine. Let him outside. Dude goes to bark at what? Nothing. I've gone out there to see and thinking maybe it'll be someone running, jogging, someone attacking someone. I don't know. But with the velocity and the sound that he is barking at, you would think there's something going on. I think he's just horny. We haven't got him fixed yet. That is on me. I had an appointment in January, forgot when it was, didn't get a reminder from my vet. Could be a little bit on them. Maybe. Who knows? But needless to say, he's not fixed yet. And I think this dude just wants to fuck so bad. And I don't blame him. Like, I feel for him. I do. But my dog, please quit barking at 3:30 in the morning, because it's killing me. It's just because I'll let him out, and I kind of go half back to sleep, so I just have to wait for him to scratch on my door to let him back in. But then he just starts going off, and then I just know my neighbors are hearing it. It's waking their dogs up. Now the whole neighborhood's up, And luckily I live around a lot of older people. They're probably already up anyway, because you know how old people are. They're just like 3:30. That's the new 7:30. We love it. As you get older, it's like you kind of go through like the sleep wake up is definitely does one of these. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a constant rise. It's not, not a plateau, right? Like more of a, that would be more of a plateau, I guess. No, it's just one of these. I mean, you start out as a baby, you're like early, and then you kind of get older, and then it's like, all right, we're sleeping in later, sleeping in later, sleeping in later. All right, boom, we got to start waking up early because we're in high school and shit. All right, now we're in college classes. We can schedule them. We're gonna start waking up a little later. Boom. All right, now we got to start working again. So now we got to start waking up early as fuck. All right, now we're kind of like maybe we're from home, so we sleep in a little bit. We don't give a fuck anymore. All right, boom, we're getting older now. We have to start giving a fuck again, and we don't care. We just want to live life and love it. So we're gonna wake up at 4:30, hear the birds chirp. It's amazing. So yeah, that's the sleep cycle. Um, if you're curious on how that goes, but I do think that's true. I'm in a little bit of a period right now where I like waking up early, but then that'll change. I'm really bad about waking up early, being like, all right, cool, I'm up. This is nice. I'm just gonna lay here though and just kind of like watch TV, maybe just kind of think about stuff. Next thing you know, you're getting a little too cozy again. Then you're falling back asleep. And then it's 9:30. What are you doing? I think money time to wake up, like 7 is money. If you can hit 7, here's what I like: 7 with nothing to do. That's the best time to wake up. 7 with nothing to do afterwards. So you're just waking up at 7 with a free day ahead of you. Because it's just like when you wake up early on a free day ahead of you, your time is unlimited. The day goes by at like a good pace. It's not like, oh shit, woke up at 9:30, boom, next thing you know, by the time you're around it's noon. Oh my god, now I gotta eat lunch. You're eating lunch. Oh, now it's mid-afternoon, boom, now what's for dinner? All right, now we gotta think about dinner. Now we're eating dinner, in bed, day's over. We wake up at 7, it's like, all right, maybe I'll cook some breakfast or something. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll go for a run. Did that the other morning. I'm back to running again. Is my knee okay? That's up for debate. I went for like 3 miles because I'm just starting the program over again. Went for 3 miles. All right, very nice. 4 miles, not bad. 5 miles. At the end of 5 miles, is the knee starting to get a little tindy? Hope not. I don't want to speak too soon on it. But hopefully not. I'm coming in at 37 minutes. I don't know if I should do a full hour by myself, honestly. Could I? Yes. I probably have enough left in this tank to chug a good hour out. Have I always low key wanted to do one of these? A little bit, just to kind of see. Could I hold it up? Could I support this podcast? If Truman said, "Hey man, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sick and tired of not getting any views." No, I'm just kidding. But no, if he was ever just like, "I'm out of here. We're done. I'm not doing this." I would probably be a little sad. I'd be like, "Dude, don't do this to me." And then there'd be a small part, and it's like, I can't let the project die. Got to keep it up. I just feel like I can't let it stop because I still have a good time. I can't lie. I have a good time doing this. I think it's fun. Sometimes I listen back and think, you know what, not too bad. But not to get too introspective on a podcast right now. But hopefully we can get Jermaine in here soon. Hopefully we get him in here like tomorrow, and y'all never have to see this. But I would like to get something out there just so. I really hate when we get the big gaps between, because a lot of the times we will record every week, but it's like me. I just won't edit it, and then most of the time it's not even editing. Most of these don't even need to be edited. They just need to be put into Premiere Pro, which takes not very long, honestly. And now I will say I do have an external drive that I'm going to use for like purely content. So hopefully that'll help me out because I won't be jamming up my computers with lots of video and stuff. But um, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. Let me grab a drink real quick and maybe I can close it out here. I'm trying to see if there's like anything I've been thinking about recently that would just be kind of like funny to talk about. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. There's got to be something. There's got to be something that I've been doing. So I got back into running. That's on the mind. Hoping the knee holds up. Oh, I went to a crunch today. This is always fun. Always, on the road, checking out the new crunches. So I go to a crunch. That's, it's not close by any means, 16 minutes away. So not too pumped on that, but head to this crunch, roll in. Dude, the lighting in here is off. I mean, it's almost like imagine working out in this hotel room lighting. In a hotel room? Perfect. For a gym? No, I need bright lumens. I need them beaming down on me. And plus I've just been so spoiled by the Fayetteville crunch because it just went into an old Sears that's massive and they did a great job on it because it's brand new and all the machines are great. And even though it's still crowded and crazy, it's the best crunch there is, and it's undeniable out of all the crunches I've been to. And you could say, Matt, you haven't been to that many crunches. I'd beg to differ. In my sample size now, let me hit you with it. I've gone East Coast, like Southeast. I got Arkansas. I got Midwest with Missouri, and now I got freaking West Coast. So I've got every region a crunch. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they're better. And like more like Arkansas, Missouri was better than the Georgia ones, in my opinion. But did the Missouri one have its issues? Yes. Don't get me wrong, it did. And then did Georgia kind of save itself with the Johns Creek remodel? Maybe. But needless to say, the vibes and the crunch were off. Will I be back to this crunch? Hopefully. I would love to say that I will be, but after today's performance with the crowd levels and just how, I mean, this is a crunch, okay? And we've got two flats, an incline and a decline. Those are going to be taken up constantly. Those are never going to be open. When am I going to get on those? You go into the squat rack room, never open. You just go into the area where all the weights are, crowded, because it's so small. It's like the width of a hotel room. Why would they do that? Why? I don't know. And the room where you like the sit-ups smell like ass. Also not ideal. Don't want to smell like ass while I'm doing sit-ups. You know? Just trying to crunch out 50 crunches at crunch and you're smelling ass. It's not good. Not good at all. Maybe we can end more positively. I didn't want to diss this crunch this hard. I didn't want to go in on it like that, but I just wasn't rocking with the crunch like that. Um, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Maybe this will see the light of day, I guess. Who honestly knows? If you truly, if I post this and you listen to this entire thing, thank you. Thank you. I won't even say like what's wrong with you. I'll just be like thank you. Because that means hopefully you either hate listen to this or you listen to it and somewhat enjoyed it. Hopefully. So maybe I'll end it there on a nice thank you note. And hopefully we get Jermaine back soon, or at least a guest of sorts. I tried to record with T Green, but just didn't have the time. And it's just weird to ask people to podcast with you for a podcast that, quite frankly, it's not like we're getting millions of views. So it's just like, hey, can we record a conversation that we're having? Are you fine with that? Are you okay with that? But no, hopefully we'll get somebody out here soon, so you're not just listening to me ramble. Or maybe you guys go, hey, fuck Truman, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. We gotta have Jermaine. He's a key cog in this machine. We really want to do some in person soon. I think we have some big things to come. I think we have tons of equipment now, and now that we've kind of broke the ice on filming and getting stuff into place and how to get it kind of combined. I know we're not even close to where some people are, so people are probably like, this guy's a freaking dweeb. What's he saying? He doesn't know anything. But it is nice. As someone, we came from nothing. Here we are. I know more than I've ever known about putting something together, I guess. So that's nice. It's something that I really enjoy because I've always wanted to do something like that. So with that note, thank you for listening to this, and we will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace, guys.